This journey with KTM started only a few years ago. And that's why we are also impressed with the ability of actually putting this thing together in so short a time. If we look at all the different variables that had to work in line in order to make this happen, one would always surmise that this is the reason why the Philippines has always remained to be a potential in the Asian region and never actually becoming the one. Well, this is a prime example of what we are capable of, not only as partners, not only as a company, not only as a country, but really as a collective group of people working together with a common vision. The common vision started way back when KTM came over and decided, you know what? We are the largest European motorcycle company in the world. But we're not number one in the world. There are these three other motorcycle giants that are out there. We're not going to name names, but definitely they're not from Europe. So, but they are already number one in Europe and number four in the world. If we look at the economics and where the things are moving, we see where ASEAN is and APAC region is as far as the global growth projections. We see it in our current country that we continue to outpace even China in terms of GDP growth. My friend, Mr. Romy Bernardo, is here who can attest to that. And this is not a fluke. This is finally the stars lining up in our favor. With what we have done internally with fiscal constraints and all the fiscal policies that we have, the ability of the local companies like Ayala to be able to actually put in and generate the kind of infrastructure and work that jobs that we need here in the country, and at the same time, now finding the right partners to come and develop this market together for us. The unique thing, and I have to be very happy with, that KTM saw was that they did not see a market that is the Philippines. What they saw was that for them to be able to move forward and capture the higher ranking in the global market, the ASEAN and the APAC market will have to be a core element of that business model. And so finding a strategic partner to be able to do this and have a vision not only for the Philippines, but as a gateway into the ASEAN market and the Asia market is what we were able to come together with. I'm happy to note that our friend from China, CF Moto, is here. 你们好啊。我们三个是中一个学校，所以我们的普通话是不好。I said that all of you are all good looking. And I'm happy that they are here. So what we're here is that what here we show is that it's a historical event in all fronts. And I think one of the most historical event here that we can see is that the Philippines has always been part of that global supply chain, where we're part of that independent global supply chain. But the product actually is realized somewhere else. The main components, the software applications, the key electronic components that is necessary, which is what IMI does to 40% of the global world market already, continues to be used in the most advanced vehicles in the world, but we're never able to get that product actually built here. And so that was one of our goals, was to get the product to be built here. The larger aspiration is to prove to the world that the Philippines is the place to build something with, and not just to consume, but to also share and export. KTM saw that vision, shared it with us, together with Ayala and what is now AC Industrial. We were able to come and build a model, a business model where we think, and not just think, but now you see the fruition and you see the factory of what we feel is the future, not only of our country, but what we will be in terms of ASEAN. So I'm very happy that all of you are here today to witness this historical event. I have to say something about how are these pieces coming together, because people think that if we decided that we're going to do this again somewhere else, then all we need is money. And all we need is a product. And what is the defining factor there that we really need are the people. Shortly, all of you will have a chance to go inside the Laguna Technopark and see IMI and see the Kami factory and see how we build motorcycles. I would say that leave everything that you imagine what a standard manufacturing line should be behind you. And just vision what it is when you're Sunday evening with your children watching Discovery Channel of how things are made. How these world-class manufacturing facilities makes the Lamborghinis, the Ferraris, the Ducatis, the BMWs. And now you have it next door, here. We have exactly the same world-class manufacturing capability. This can only happen, it cannot happen overnight. This can only happen because we have 37 years of historical expertise that we put into this through IMI. IMI has been here for 37 years. The people that you have here lives, breathes manufacturing excellence. Some of the trivia that a lot of people don't know is we produce the electronic control systems for your ABS brakes in your car. Every time you drive a car, you don't even think for a second that it will not stop. And that is all anchored on an electronic control that's actually built by IMI. The requirement for an airplane to take off and land is to allow only 6 defects per million. For every million instances that you touch a product, there's only allowed 6 times. Okay? We run that factory at 4 defects per million. That's the level of quality that we do. And I'm very proud for this group of people that we have. We use that manufacturing excellence, and now what we need now is a partner. Because at the end of the day, it is the product. And I'm happy to note that we have our experiences. We've been riding for a few years. We've ridden all the different brands. I've had my love affair with KTM, some good, some bad. But then we figured out that the reason that there were some bad is because it was not built by IMI. That's all in the past now. That's all in the past. Because the bike that you're going to see is built in a world-class facility with the right, perfect design. I'm happy to know that we were able to partner with KTM and that the Austrian embassy found us through JP the ability to come together and put this thing through. So I'm not going to belabor you anymore. Of course, the journey was complete with a lot of back stories, and I'm not going to dwell too much on the backstory. Needless to say, we needed a lot of really, really strong personalities within the government to feel that this is really what the country needs. Beyond political denomination, beyond the terms, beyond, at the end of the day, this is what the country needs. And I'm happy to note that we do have those government officials that saw the light, that saw the vision, and shared that vision with us. So today, of course, we have some of them here from the ex-commissioner Lilia de Lima, of course, who's not here with us. But then it only started with her and was culminated also with Brigadier General Plaza. And we were able to put that together. And of course, the DTI, the BOI, and the BOC, of which ex-chairman Lingnan was there. So a lot of people would have to have shared that vision, or else we will not be here. And there was a lot of work from the people in the background of putting the factory together.